Hey there, Gabe. I used to start this off by saying that I was a crazy veteran and that I was lost, I think, when I used to make these videos. Uh, I started these videos back in December, I guess, when my wife left. And at that time, I was lost and I was uncertain and I don't know. I was just in a different place. When I say lost, I was truly, I don't know. I thought I was doing well, but as it turns out, I uh, I was lost, and I really didn't know that um, until I was awakened. So I sit here today, and I'm outside. I just finished my meditation, and I want to reintroduce myself. I'm a former broken veteran, former broken man. Um, and as I record this today, I'm woke. So what does that really mean? Uh, First of all, let me say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my podcast, that is listening. I've got people all over the world now listening to me. Whew, I never would have thought that was possible. These are tears of joy. Uh, just thought I was some guy here in Houston, Texas, recording videos to help me. And, it does help me to talk to you all, because I talk to you today from a place of uh, profound understanding and peace and love. I just got out of meditation, and it's powerful stuff, man. I didn't even know that you could meditate and reach the depths of your consciousness and your mind and tap into love and peace and serenity. It's so surreal to me right now as I talk. Uh, the channel used to be called Man Up because I thought that I was speaking to men about what it takes to be a man, right? What it takes to look inside yourself and question, what is a man? You know, um, and I'm certainly finding that out now, that it's not being a protector, and it's not, you know, uh, having walls and being guarded. It's so much more than that. Being a man means that you are to share yourself, that you are to let people in, that you're to love, that you can protect, but you can do it without anger, and you can do it without hostility, and you can do it without uh, all the chains that society puts on you. Um, I had a guy reach out to me today, and he said, regardless of what we look like, even though you look like you're, I don't know, you're scary, I guess, that you can still be a good person, and I don't care what you look like. I probably look like a biker. Uh, I don't know. I look scary on the outside, but the truth is that uh, I'm I've always had joy and happiness and love to share with everybody, but I've been scared to let that side of me out, because when you do, you open yourself up to hurt, and you open yourself up to being hurt, being uh, trashed, being talked about. Uh, you know, because people walk around in fear. They're scared of what they don't understand. They're scared of what they don't know. Sacred medicines has allowed me to open up a side of me that's always been there, and that I didn't know existed. I thought that to find God, you had to pray, and you had to read the Bible, and you had to go to church, because that's how I was raised. I was raised by how my mother was raised, and how my father was raised, and how their father and their mother was raised. And, that's not always right. Uh, we do things because we're taught to do them instead of listening. And I've always questioned everything. I've questioned why. It's always why, but why? I've always asked why, and now I know. Now I know that in order to be happy, you have to let go of what was done to you, because it's not your fault. The way that you were raised, the way that you were brought up, the things that you were taught, that sometimes you're taught a broken sense of understanding and a broken sense of love because your parents didn't know or didn't understand. And when you let all that go, when you truly are able to look at how your mother and your father were raised and what they did, you know, there's not a book that addresses the burdens and the stresses and the anxiety and the fear and the misunderstandings that life brings. There's just not. You're incapable of understanding it all until you reach out and try to understand. And once that happens, once you reach out and you seek God, you find him. And then when you find him, you know, you don't question anything anymore. You just understand and you know. And, you know, God is more than that's in any book that's been printed. He's powerful. He's love. He's not fear. He's not this hellfire and brimstone that we've been taught. He's in everything and everyone, every creature, every being, every blade of grass, every leaf, every creature that is on this earth. And as humans, we're taught to fear these things. You know, they're not ours. They're not ours to take. They never have been. They're for our love and for our understanding and for our peace and for our knowledge and for our nourishment too. It's just that we tend to fold to society, and we tend to look to others to guide us when they can't even guide themselves, and that's just simply not the way. You know, if you're lucky enough to stand before God or an angel or an entity or I don't know, whatever you want to call spirit, when you stand before spirit, it's serene, it's powerful, it's uplifting, it's life changing. You know, your ego dies and you become one with everything and everyone. And today, that's where I sit. You know, those of you that saw my videos and saw how upset I was, my life changed in a matter of minutes. When I surrendered to God, when I did my sacred ceremony and I stood before Spirit, I stood before something that was more powerful than I even knew. I didn't even know it exists. I'm a former atheist. I didn't really believe in anything. I didn't understand. I don't have all the answers. I was shown the answers, but I've forgotten what they are because we have this thing called free will. And free will is amazing because you can choose to be happy, whole, loving. You can choose peace, and you can choose serenity, or you can choose to continue to walk in the darkness. God is light, God is life, God is love, God is everything. And he gives us free will. So we have the will to change change everything, change who we are, change our reality, change our consciousness, change our DNA. But we also have the power to go the other way. And, you know, so much of us go the other way because it's easy, really. It's easy to give in to society, to people, to things that we don't understand, because it's harder to seek something that you don't know if it exists, right? It's so easy to want to take medicines that are bad for us. As a veteran and as somebody that's struggled with mental illness and PTSD and anxiety, stress, fear, anger, it's easy to let things happen to us in our lives tarnish that love that we have, that peace, that serenity. And it actually, when you worry and when you have fear and when you have anxiety and when you have stress, it takes you away from God, because God is love. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to love everyone, everything. And that's hard at times. I can personally attest to that. I mean, My wife left me back in December 22nd. That led my daughters, leaving. My oldest daughter had left, and I was left here with my dog and myself. And that's the one thing I spent running from my entire life was myself, because I just didn't fit in. I didn't fit the mold. I didn't. I knew there was something better. I just didn't know how to get to it. I didn't know how to seek it. I didn't know how to surrender. And so, I don't know, when you do that, you're allowed to, when you surrender to Spirit, to God, you're surrendering to everything. And so, as I sit here today, I'm no longer an alcoholic. I no longer have anxiety. I don't have stress. Fear does creep back in, but then I sit here in my meditation and I let all that go, and I try to live each moment. I don't try to think about tomorrow. I have dreams and aspirations that I put out there, but I put out there as a prayer of what will be, not what could be. And when you live in what will be and you live in knowing, everything changes. You smile. You are of love. You are of peace, because you know that this is a mere journey. This is a mere blip in time of what your soul is trying to understand. It's a time to learn, because we are eternal. We are life. We will continue to live. This body is nothing more than a vessel that carries us to our next destination. And when you wrap your head around that, things start to make sense. Fear eases. You're left with this profound understanding of what you need to be, and then it boils down to becoming choice. You have the choice to be happy. You have the choice to be prosperous. You have the choice to have everything that you need in this life to learn from. And all the other stuff just kind of fades to back. I lived so long living in this black abyss that surrounded me. Now I live in light. I chase light. I seek light. Knowledge, understanding. I try to understand what the 49 years on this planet have brought me. And then I seek higher power, higher understanding, knowledge. I seek perspective. I seek different perspectives. I want to be able to see things clearly. I want to see things differently. I want to feel things differently. I look around. I'm in my backyard that I've turned into my little sanctuary, with my plants and my lights and my pond and, my trees that bring me happiness and allow me to prosper. It allows me to come back here and unwind. I used to bring the stress of the day, and I couldn't leave it. I couldn't just let it be. And, I try to, once the time clock stops, I try to leave all of that with that, and I try to live in the present moment. And I focus on family. I focus on being present in every moment. I focus on love. And I focus on trying to understand, trying to be one with Spirit. And, in church, you learn that prayer and church itself brings you closer to God, when in reality, your journey with God started the day that you were born into life. Not this life, but your very inception of when you were created. And that relationship doesn't go away. It's forever there. And we're just planted in this vessel, and we're born of this earth. Although we've lived many lives, and we've lived many centuries, that knowledge is washed away and we get the chance to reconnect and find the way yet again. And maybe we've done this hundreds of times, or maybe this is the first time, but for me it's been multiple times. And trying to surrender is the hardest thing that I've ever done. Trying to live in peace is the hardest thing I've ever done. But everything came back to me in minutes. My wife, my family, my daughters, my life. That man that was died the day that I chose to surrender. And when I speak to you now, I speak to you now from love, and I speak to you with knowledge. I share my journey as a former broken man, as a former broken human. I mean, let's just take man out of it. We're all human. And it takes a lot to let all of that go. The baggage we carry is not ours to carry. We didn't create the baggage. We didn't choose this life. We didn't choose our parents. We didn't choose this planet. It was chosen for us. And so then we're left here to make the best of it. And some of us do a great job of it. And if you're like me, you don't do a good job for a long time. I don't know how much time I have left. I spent so many years living in this anguish that now I just wanted to live each day and be grateful for every breath. And I want to surround myself with people that I love and that I can spend my time with and nurture and live. And touch as many lives as I can, because the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you today with this peace and this knowledge and this understanding is probably just as crazy to me as it is to the people that see me. I would have never thought that I'd be here. I'd never thought that I would be talking to you from this place. But you can reach this. You can let go. You can stop drinking. You can stop drugs. You can stop lust. You can stop it all, because you can choose not to participate in any of that. And I don't know what my message to you today is. I try to always come on here with a message, but today I just wanted to talk. I wanted to talk from a place of understanding and peace and desire for what's to come, a desire for what is. Walk out into the yard and put your feet in the grass and be thankful that the grass is there for you to live, to love, to cherish the trees, the flowers, the birds, the deer, all the animals that we have. It's all part of God. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I heard that from a spirit. It's kind of crazy, I know, but it happened. And I say these videos, or I speak these words on here because I'm just sharing a journey. I'm not trying to persuade anybody onto anything. I just know that if you were to look at where I was a day ago, I'm a different person today. Then if you dive back into who I really was, and I'm not that guy anymore. I don't know who I am. I feel like I should have a new birthday. I feel like I should have a new name. Because that Gabe, that guy died the day that I chose to surrender. Back in March 23rd, actually. It's kind of weird. December 22nd, my wife left. March 23rd, she's back. And so let's talk about that too. We create life. We find somebody and we take a moment and we create a being, and they come out, and we're responsible for that too. And I've done a very bad job of letting my past dictate my relationship with my daughter, and that was wrong. I didn't know it at the time that it was wrong, but now that I'm aware of it, I try very hard not to let any of who I was become who my daughters need to be. And I've been lucky enough to find an amazing wife uh, that stood by me. It took her having the guts to leave me to bring me to where I am today. And so I didn't understand when she left, but I understand why she did now. And our relationship's better. I'm better. I'm a better person because she had the strength to give me something that I didn't know how to give myself, which was time with me. And instead of hating me, I love me. I love who I am. I love who I've been because I can't be who I am today without who I was. And that's an important lesson because there are no mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We make the wrong choice. And we're given a choice every day. And that choice is ours. And we can make the right choice or we can make the wrong choice. When we make the wrong choice, we have to live with that choice and we have to grow from it. Because sometimes it's not the right choice. We tend to make the wrong choices when we don't listen to that little voice of reason inside of us, which is our true self telling us what is right. And if we follow that and we tune into that, we won't be led astray because that voice is actually God talking to us through our subconsciousness. And our consciousness is aware of everything and every time. And it wants to grow and it wants to be nourished and it wants to be at a high frequency. So frequency is very important here. If I leave you with anything today, I want to leave you with the fact that you can seek God and however you need to. Whatever fits your agenda, because your journey with God is yours. And it's not dictated by anybody. It can't be found in church alone. It can't be found anywhere but within you. Because you are of God. And when you realize that and you seek Him, you'll find Him. And then you get to have a conversation that changes your life. I'm sitting here and it's starting to rain on me in my backyard. And that's His nourishment. That's what grows: the rain, the water, the sun, the moon, the earth. Those are all just little snippets that make the universe function. Think about the power. Think about what He has to make happen every day to allow you just to be able to be. I mean, let that be your journey. Seek why, seek how, seek anything and everything, and learn from it all. Learn from every decision, from every thought. And then you find this little smile, like I'm smiling now, that so many people have wanted for me for so long. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's life. It's happiness. So I can't give you the roadmap on how to get there. I can lead you there. I can lead you there by being an example of what's possible. I was broken. I'm not broken anymore. I love everyone. Please subscribe to my channel. It's not Man Up anymore. It's Sacred Awakens, because I've awoken. And I did it through turning to sacred medicines. And I'm not saying that that's the only way, but it'll sure get you there. If you're interested in that, please message me. I can connect you with people that can help with that. Go to church. But when you're at church, surrender. Don't listen to your preacher. Don't listen to the people in the pews next to you. Listen to yourself. You know what you need. But you have to listen. Go sit by yourself for a while and listen to yourself. Your body has a way of telling you what it needs. Your soul has a way of telling you what it needs. And if you listen to that, you'll find it. So I sit here with this this life force now that some people call the Holy Spirit. I don't know what to call it, because it didn't really tell me what it is. But here I sit. So go out, find yourself, find God, find love. I hope you like my channel. I try to be honest and open. I try not to have any fluff or any bullshit. And as I learn more about this, I'm going to share it with you. So please continue to follow. I'm going to have multiple sites. I'm going to have some guests on. Those of you who may have seen, my wife has come on here a few times. She's going to be a big part of us moving forward. We've got great things planned, and we just want to save one soul at a time. So, namaste.